Hello, Fantasy Basketball Nation. Alex here to bring you my third video of the day and my fourth NBA Draft Grades podcast. Excuse me. Alright, so this one is about the team with the fourth overall pick, the New York Knicks. Before I get into it, as usual, I just want to thank all of you from Instagram who came over here and put in the effort to watch this video, and all of you on YouTube to try to check me out on Instagram at Fantasy Basketball Advice. Alright, let's get underway. The New York Knicks selected Kristaps Porzingis 4th overall, 19th overall for their second pick, via trade, got Jerian Grant, and 35th overall via trade, got Guillermo Hernan-Gomez. So the Knicks actually only had one pick in this draft, and then two trades. So I'll go over everything, every decision they've made. Alright, so I gave them a B+ because I did like their draft. I didn't love it, but I did like it. I think they made some good decisions. So let's start off with Kristaps Porzingis. I know many people don't like him. Knicks fans were booing. A kid in the crowd was almost crying. And that's just because he's European and people don't have the game tape and couldn't watch him in college. I love this pick. Truly love this pick. Is Porzingis a risk? Yes. Especially given the history of European players who were drafted in the lottery and they generally were not successful. If you think about players like Andrea Bargnani, Jan Vesely, and there are also non-European players who were foreign and drafted in the lottery that weren't so successful, like Yi Janlin. So, yes, there have been busts. Most of these players drafted in the lottery that are European and foreign have been busts. But I do not care about the past. I truly believe Porzingis is different. He is 7'1", so great size for a big man in the NBA. I mean, yes, he is skinny right now, but as he gets older, remember, he is very young. I'm pretty sure he's still 19. So, he's young. He'll get stronger as time goes by. However, he is a great player with, in my mind, boundless potential. He has such, I'd say arguably, the best range in all of the NBA for someone of his height. Someone who's 7'1" who can shoot 3-pointers? That's unheard of. I mean, he's really an offensive beast. I believe that he really has the potential to become, but I do believe he has the potential to become a player who can perform well on both ends of the court. I love him. Yes, he's a risk, but I think he will be worth the risk. Let's also not forget, Phil Jackson hasn't totally lost it. Yes, the Knicks have a bad season, but Phil Jackson still knows how to draft. Let's keep in mind, he knows how to draft, and I don't think he would pick a bust. I really don't. I know the Knicks haven't succeeded, but I still have confidence in him. Moving on. So they traded for Jerian Grant. This trade was, it was just a simple trade. They gave away Tim Hardaway to the Atlanta Hawks, who gave them their 19th overall pick, Jerian Grant. I like this trade. Hardaway simply is not an efficient player. His field goal percentage was under 40% last year, and he didn't even shoot that much. So, given that he really only took good quality shots and still shot under 40%, it's a little horrendous. I don't like him. I don't think he ever has the potential to be more than a 10 to 15 point scorer and pretty much do nothing else. Jerian Grant may be kind of the same where he just scores. However, at least he has some upside. Hardaway's already had 2 seasons in the NBA, and his efficiency has gone down from his first to second season. At least Grant has some upside and has some hopes of becoming something better, something more. So I do like this trade. And finally, their last trade, was that they got Guillermo Hernan-Gomez. And in this trade, so what they did is they gave away 2 future second-round picks to the 76ers to get the 35th overall pick, Hernan-Gomez. Now, Hernan-Gomez is from Spain. He's athletic. He has a solid offensive game. He doesn't really do much else. But as a second-rounder, I mean, he's fine. I mean, 2 second-round picks in return. I don't think I would have made that decision since the Knicks don't really look like they're going to be a force in the next few seasons. So I think they'll have 2 future second-round picks. I don't know. I think they'll have better options in the next few seasons in their second-round picks. So I wouldn't have made the trade. However, Hernan-Gomez isn't awful. So we'll have to see how that works out and when he comes to the NBA, because I still think he plays in Spain. I think he's going to stay in Spain. So it also depends on how long he stays in Spain and develops until he goes to the Knicks organization and team. Alright, so that's my thought. Those are my thoughts on... Oh, Yeah, so those are my thoughts on the Knicks. And before I leave, I also just realized I forgot to mention my who should they have picked, because I really think they made really solid decisions, and since two of these picks were through trades, I can't really say who should they have picked, even though because it was in a trade. And the only other option would have been Porzingis. But I love that pick, and I don't think they should have picked anyone else. I don't think they should have taken Cauley-Stein, Hizonja, Moutier, Winslow, Johnson, any of those players. No, I don't. I think they pale in comparison to Porzingis. So, all right, those are my closing thoughts about the Knicks. Overall, solid draft. I like their decisions. And that's it. Thank you all so much. If you have the time, please like and subscribe, and please comment below about any of your thoughts about this video. This was Fantasy Basketball Advice.